What up, Dokkanners? We could be receiving news for part 2 as early as tonight. And when I say tonight, I don't mean actually on the day that I'm posting this video, but the next day when it's dark and it's early in the morning. So in today's video, I'm just going to do a final recap on my predictions for what I'm expecting from part 2 and what I'm expecting from the possible news that we could be getting tonight. Because last year, September 8th at 11 p.m. PDT is when part 2 actually started for worldwide. This year, we are set to get it on September 7th. So things are happening the same way, just a day behind. As you've seen, part 1 started a day behind. The banners started about a day behind. So same thing with everything else. So that means if September 8th, 11 p.m. was when we actually got part 2, and the promotional material, the info dump that they did was a day before that, that means a day before September 7th at 11 p.m. would be around September 6th at 5 a.m. PDT, which basically constitutes a tonight. So what can we see? Well, I talked about this on several other videos, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but we could be seeing some sort of a JP video breakdown. We could be seeing intro animations for the upcoming units. Keep in mind, this is not a Carnival Dokkan Festival hybrid situation. It's going to be dual carnivals, if anything. And if that happens, will we get the same level of promotion? That remains to be seen. Will we get a Dokkan wrap? I'm going to go ahead and just assume yes, just because that last one was so incredibly hype. I think we hit like 1 million views. JP Dokkan hit, I think, 1 million views in less than 5 hours or something wild. So it would be foolish to not capitalize on that hype. So let's actually go through my predictions one more time. I have this now written down in a very concise manner. These are my predictions, and I would like you guys to partake. So feel free to add your own predictions in the comments down below. We're going to start with this. There will be a new rap song. I can tell you right now, my inside sources have told me the new song will start with Goku Brak, Sword of Hope. I don't know. I think we're going to get another one. That was too hype to not do. I think we're going to get another one. And then the actual carnival units will be STR Goku Black Rose. That's my prediction. You can have a different one. I know a lot of people on my tweet, they were talking about how they want physical, which, to be fair, physical actually probably does make more sense. But my predictions are not based on personal preference. They're based on my sauces. So yeah, if we look at physical, first of all, there is no physical LR for Future Saga. Either side. Actually, wait, no, there is for the Super. But then for the TURs, we don't really have a whole lot. We got this weirdo. We got the 17 Future, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then we got Goku Brook. And this guy is very old, so he's not going to be relevant. So while these guys aren't necessarily the greatest, we do at least have some recent nice units, somewhat decent ones with this guy. We do have the World Tournament Goku Black. This guy, he's not that great, but he's kind of recent. For this one, though, nothing. So it does make sense that physical could happen, but hey, Dokkan doesn't adhere to logic. So that's part of the reason why I went with STR. Because trust me, I thought about physical, but never apply logic to Dokkan. STR Goku Black Rose, Int Sword of Hope Super Saiyan Trunks. In terms of the labeling, they're not going to call it this. They would probably just call it Super Saiyan Trunks Future, because they are notoriously stupid when it comes to naming some of these characters. Like this one, this is literally Sword of Hope, but he's called Super Saiyan Trunks Future. They don't label Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. While we can all agree that the form itself was contrived and kind of dumb, the actual name should be something different, right? But it's not. So they will not be changing how they identify these characters in terms of those names. So that will pose some problems, but I'm just going to label it this so that you guys know what I'm talking about. But I strongly think that there is going to be some sort of a Z presence. So Android 17 exchanging into 18, or sorry, vice versa, I think is a very real possibility. And I feel like it would be foolish to not acknowledge this fact, because the celebration is about Z and Super and Trunks' adventures through both. So the fact that this was one of the major anchor points of his arc trajectory into Super, I think is important. Like, you could look at 1718 pre-Trunks Cell arc, like before going back and helping the Z fighters, or afterwards when he comes back and kills both of them. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Like, this 1718 would be an exchange based on how Trunks killed the 18 and then 17 was next or something like that. And I also mentioned this because of a point that you might have noticed down here, which we'll talk about now. So in terms of EZAs, I think the Int TUR Goku Black will get the EZA. I think the LR Goku Black 5-year anniversary part 2 LR will get his EZA in part 3. That's my personal opinion, and I think it probably makes the most sense. Maybe we get that alongside like Int Future Gohan or something. But then sub EZAs are also going to be a thing. The reason why sub EZAs are also going to be a thing is because of the support Extreme Z Awakening support video that I talked, or the campaign. I mentioned this in my previous video, how they said new missions will be added in the future. So this means that they're going to be doing this sort of thing moving forward, during this celebration at the very least. So whether that just extends to the Zenny or even the sub EZA medals remains to be seen, but I would think both would apply. So if that happens, Trunks is a sub EZA, he could get medal support. In Zamasu is a sub EZA, he could get medal support, or we could get these. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning these two units, the future Android 17 and Android 18, is because those units, their data is already in the game. This was an early JP data download where they were given these two characters with their sticker effect. And a lot of people took exception to that fact because you don't give sticker effects to these characters unless they're getting EZAs. So at some point, this unit is set to receive an EZA. Is it going to happen during this celebration? It kind of makes sense, especially if the Carnival unit is going to be an Android. That would basically confirm that these two sub EZAs are going to be happening. And also, again, with that Extreme Z support campaign thing that they're doing, this is a perfect opportunity to give more sub EZAs. Now, these units, though, what do they need to actually Dokkan Awaken? What medal is it? Are there any other EZAs that are associated with that? Oh, you know what? Maybe, you know, it would be foolish not to acknowledge it, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. We could maybe see future Gohan EZA over Goku Black. Now, I'm not wishing for that, but I'm just going to throw that out there because if these two occur, this could potentially occur too. Just because the theme, right? Because it's under the same Dokkan event. Obviously, the Int Future Gohan doesn't need that one, but I'm just going to throw that out there anyway. So those are my theories for the EZAs. I could be wrong. And you know what? Think of it. If you don't want this to happen, think of my track record, all right? Whenever I predict something, it never comes true, minus this celebration. Next, I also predict free-to-play Goku Black Rose Clone Army will happen. Free-to-play Trunks TUR, not much of a stretch there. We should be getting that. Breakthrough the Rose Clones special event. So, like I mentioned before, there's a breakthrough enemy lines tradition that they tend to do during these worldwide downloads. I think this year, if we make the premise the Rose Clones are attacking, get through them, that would be pretty cool. And then for Red Zone, I went further than just predicting 2 more stages. I went into specifics. So I think Zamasu Goku. So that's different from Goku Black. That is Zamasu Goku. That is the one in the Kai outfit. This one. So I think that this guy will be part of the festivities. Zamasu, who then exchanges or transforms into Zamasu Goku. And then we kind of go to like present day when he explains to Goku how he killed his family. Goku Black and Zamasu. And another one would be like a full clone army, which would allow for like an AoE scenario. And then they would transform, or the second stage would be Goku Black Rose and Zamasu. So both would end in a duo fight. I don't know. Maybe. Those are just my guesses. You know, it could be totally wrong, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Those are my overall predictions for part 2. There will obviously be more. Even if I'm right about all this stuff, there would still be more stuff like new missions for older red zones, potentially other events, the Link level up event and all that stuff. But I wanted to get all of these consolidated into one little screenshot here. So that way, when I'm inevitably wrong, we can go back and laugh collectively at all of these foolish things that Toon had to say. All right, that's it. Hopefully we get some sort of news tonight. And if we do, then I will get you guys informed right away with a crispy, juicy video. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on my predictions for the upcoming Part 2 festivities. Do you think that there's going to be some sort of announcement tonight? You think we're going to be getting some sort of animation reveal tonight? You think we're going to get some sort of a video going over all of the content coming up? Let me know your thoughts and predictions overall in the comments down below. And let me know, realistically, while you may not necessarily, some of you may not necessarily want the androids, can we all agree that it is a possibility based on the theme? I feel like it's not something we should just completely dismiss out of hand. But let me know your thoughts. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and I'll revert to Dokkan responsibly.